With the January transfer window only around the corner, I thought today's video would be perfect to talk about the positions which I think need filling at Luton Town in order for us to have, in order for us to have a solid season and make sure that nothing bad happens to Luton in the remaining part of this championship season. This is Rob Edwards' first January transfer window. It's his first transfer window altogether, and hopefully he can bring in a few good players in. I think it's blatantly obvious that Luton definitely need to be looking at those defensive areas, and then obviously in today's video I'm going to talk about those areas which Luton need to fill. So since the start of the season, I think we've all agreed that we were a defender short. We did not expect Dan Potts to have the season which he has had so far. You know, he's been really good at the back, but I still don't think he's quite at the level which, we need to be. That's not me, being harsh on Dan Potts. I just don't think he's there. Although he has performed, and don't get me wrong, he has performed, I still think there's better out there than Dan Potts. Let's be honest, in my opinion. But anyway, so Dan Potts start the season with us. I don't think, like I said, I don't think any of us expected, him to have the season he has had so far. So we were a defender short in that aspect. We didn't replace Naismith. We didn't really need to bring in a player like Naismith in. We just needed to bring in someone to play as a left-sided centre-half or just another centre-back. We just needed a centre-half because Reece Burke, since he's been at Luton, has just been in and out of the side too frequently with injuries. Sonny Bradley's also had injuries the last 2 years. We've had suspensions at the back. O'Shea's been in and out, so at the back it's been a problem. Our fullbacks are playing as centre backs. It's been an absolute nightmare. So we need to bring in defenders, is what I'm trying to say in January. And not just one, we need to bring in two. Because the injuries, it's just so not good enough. The amount of times these players keep getting injured. I understand it happens, bad luck happens, I get that. But it's just costing us points. It really is. When we've got a fully strengthened side, especially at the back, we are miles better side. But unfortunately, it's letting us down. And unfortunately, Edwards will be paying the price for that at this moment in time because Nathan Jones didn't bring in a defender in. Yes, Nathan has been fantastic with us, but he made a massive error at the start of the season, and that was not bringing in a centre-half. So really, in this January transfer window, the number one position which we need to fill is a centre-back. I couldn't care less if it's a loan player or a permanent signing. We need to bring in a centre-half in. It is crucial that we bring in a defender in, just to help Lockyer, who's managed to stay fit throughout the whole season. Fair play to him, touch wood, that obviously does not, he gets an injury, praying to God that he does not get one. But yeah, we need a defender, and I would bring in two. With our injury crisis at the moment, I think two is the smart option in this January transfer window. And like I've said already, I just don't think Dan Potts is at that level despite playing really well. I still think we can get better than Potts. So I do think we should bring in another defender. And also, I still got question marks over Osho. I don't know how good he is. I've seen too many poor games from him, not enough consistency in my eyes, so I'm still a little bit question marks. I still don't even know what his best position is. Centre half, defensive midfielder, right wing back, I'm still unsure. So I do think, two players, it isn't outrageous to bring in the January transfer window. And the third position, well, the third player, third position which I would bring in is another centre midfielder. I don't think we are the same side without Lansbury within the team. We've seen that under Nathan Jones. I don't know with Rob Edwards' style of play, that will change a little bit. So we may not need another midfielder, but I would still bring in another midfielder in. Someone who's a little bit similar to Lansbury in my eyes. Bring in maybe someone, if possible, younger. Even if it's just a short-term solution. I don't know if we are going to go down the loan market route. I know Nathan Jones wasn't a fan of that, and I understand that, but teams in the Championship sign players out on loan. They sign players on loan to do a good job, and I don't see why we shouldn't. Well, I don't think we should avoid that. I feel like you look at the top teams. Nottingham Forest last year went up because they had loan players. Sheffield United, they signed some loan players last season and they did really well. So that's what, sometimes it takes a good loan player from the Premier League sides for us to, you know, change our season a little bit. You know, it helps. And I know falling in love with a loan player, it isn't what you want to do, but you know, I'd rather fall in love with a loan player and my team to do really well, rather than, you know, avoid a loan player and my team slowly going down the championship table because we've got a gap missing within the side, or we're missing a bit of quality. Sometimes these loan deals, they do work out, and if they don't, then we know, you know, that's the beauty with a loan player. We don't have to sign him on a permanent transfer. You know, we bring him in. If we like him, if we can try and bring him in on a permanent deal, then great, let's try. But if not, then so be it. You know, Dewsbury Hall, I love the fact that we tried to sign him on a permanent transfer, but look at him, what he's doing at Leicester. He's having a fantastic season, and unfortunately, you know, we just weren't able to bring him in. But I'm wishing him all the best, and hopefully he goes on to play for England one day, because he's so good. Honestly, one of my favourite Luton Town midfielders. He was absolutely amazing. But yeah, those are my overall thoughts on what we need to do in the January transfer window. 2 centre-backs and also a midfielder definitely need to come in. I think going forward, we're fine. Cornet, Morris, Adebayo, Jerome, there's goals there. You've got the midfield support in there with the, you know, Luke Berry and also Clark. You know, the midfield, apart from that one thing which I've said about, you know, having a Lansbury star player, it's pretty much sorted. And then the wing back situation, we're pretty much secure there. We may bring in another right back in just to help have some competition for Bree. I know Fred Onyedinma can play as a right wing back, but we didn't really replace Kioso, so we may bring in someone to play in that position. Left wing back, we've got Doherty and obviously Amari Bell. That's fine, we're covered there. Goalkeeper, like in the goalkeeper department, we are covered there. So everything else is covered, apart from, you know, just a few missing gaps. Hopefully MacArthur's been doing his recruitment right, and yeah, hopefully we bring him some decent players, because this, like I've said at the start, this is Edwards' first transfer window. Hopefully it starts off really good and we bring in some good players. But yeah, the centre-backs are crucial. The midfielder isn't crucial, but the centre-backs are crucial. If we do not sign a centre-half in January, I will be angry. I'll be fuming, because it's blatantly obvious that we need a defender in, especially if we carry on playing 3 at the back. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.